Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Business. I'm here again, your beautiful host. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been following us, thank you. If you've been watching, I hope you've been learning one or two things from Let's Talk Business. Let's Talk Business is a podcast for entrepreneurs. You're just starting out, you're trying to find your feet, or you're looking for the best possible insights into the business ecosystem. This is the right podcast for you. My name is Ayeni-Wuraola. You already know me. If you don't know me, why are we fighting? Don't do that. Let's be friends. Hit the subscribe button and the like button, okay? Today we have an amazing entrepreneur right on my seat, and I'm super excited to bring this person on because, guys, this person, I literally went to drag her to come and tell you people the secrets of entrepreneurship. Especially if you're a caterer, you're trying to set up a catering business, you set up a catering business, or you're aspiring to set up a catering business. Now, before we get right into it, this person has the yummiest meals I've tasted in a long time. If you're new, yeah, it's so yummy. I know, it's so good. Honestly, the yummiest meals I've tasted in a very easy. If you've not eaten from Grubs and Bites, you guys are sitting on a long thing. I guarantee you. You better run there and go and order. Say the Wuraola sent you. While I introduce to you my amazing guest, guys, today we're going to be sharing insights on some of the controversial topics that some of us used to just think that are you sure, is this, is that, but let's get right into it. I'll allow her to introduce herself, what she does. She's going to tell us what she does, how she does what she does, so that you guys will know that I didn't come here to come and play with you people. The person of Damilola Welms. I hope I got that correct.
You murdered it a bit, but
yes. Thank you for catching the vibe. I like it that you always can. You already see that you cannot come to this podcast and not like this. Please. Welcome and thank you for coming today. I'm super excited to have you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, so let's discuss this. But before we go and start talking about business, let's meet you. Tell us the amazing work that you do because people deserve to know.
Okay.
Yeah, they deserve it. Stop ordering.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, like you said, my name is Damilola Welms.
Okay, Wilhelm.
Yes, I'm the creative director, the sales rep, the manager behind Grubs and Bites. Grubs and Bites catering. Grubs and Bites catering is into indoor and outdoor events. We cater to corporate events. We cater to day-to-day events. General needs of everyone, which is edibles, food, cooked food basically.
Right.
We do this to help people satisfy their
craving.
Exactly.
I'm happy.
Yes.
So tell us, how did you start? For me, I knew that I wanted to do business. Entrepreneurship was a thing for me. I longed for it. But that's not many people's case. And I want to know, was it for you, was it passion? Was it because you really wanted to? So it's even different if you wanted to be an entrepreneur. Did you really want to cook when you started? Or was it passion or was it profit for you? Which one?
I think it's cliche when everybody says I started off because I had passion for this, I wanted to cook, yada 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 yada. Oh well, for me, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted money.
I like you. Money, cocoa. Money.
I was working at the time, and I was just tired of working. I'd worked for about 17 years.
Where were you working?
I worked with an oil and gas.
Right. So you left oil and gas money to come and chase food. You must explain. Explain and give us evidence.
Well, I worked with an oil and gas, and then still in the group of company, I worked as the business development executive.
Right.
I managed 21 banks in Nigeria, Lagos.
Right.
I was just tired. I don't know. I'd worked for a long time, like I said. and I was just tired at that point, and I wanted to do something else. I got some other job offers, but at that time I just needed a break. And thank God for things we've done, learned way back. I learned catering because I just wanted to be better at it, not because I wanted to commercialize.
Right.
I just did that by the way, but eventually it came out to play when I needed to do something else. If I had the opportunity to take a break from work, maybe like a 6-month break or something, maybe I would have gone back to my 9 to 5. But because I was going to take a break and not anything, I just thought it was the right time to start.
Right.
And then first off, whilst I was working, it started off as a need for us at work. So I worked in a place where we did not really get food to eat. And then I was just looking around for something else to do. And I started off with 1 plate, 2 plates here and there. I'll take food to work, and then my colleagues would say, "Oh, it tastes nice. Would you bring extras for us?" And then after a while, I started collecting money. Maybe I started collecting like 1,000 naira or 800 naira or something. And I started off collecting a fee for whatever I brought, and they liked it. And then in the house, friends will have parties and stuff, and then we'll just be there, contribute what we know how to do, like I said, because I'd learnt it way back.
Right.
So, and that started off, and I just stopped work and I started cooking.
And it was fulfilling in
because I was making money from it. It was fulfilling.
So you want to compare the money to all like that money?
This is me having my time, commanding my time, my space.
Right.
I could do what I want at the time I wanted to do it. And as God would even have it, I started off when COVID started. It wasn't COVID for me. It wasn't COVID. I'd resigned work, and then COVID started off. So it was just the best time to do it.
Okay, that's quite an amazing story, because people would say, so don't get me wrong, I like money. Money is my middle name. But I also like, I also like business, I also like entrepreneurship. So in terms of, I'm glad that you also did start.
I started off scared. It wasn't because like I said, I'd been doing 9 to 5 for the longest. So I started off really scared. It wasn't something I was sure of, but I just did it, and it played out well.
Now, speaking of your startup story, it's actually really interesting, because what I'm about to ask you is a little bit dicey, but I'm going to go right into it.
Okay.
You started during COVID, because I remember that there was a lot of...
Slightly before COVID.
Just slightly before COVID. So, in terms of then and now, how did you manage competition within that phase and now? Because obviously you started really scared. You didn't have any idea about anything in the food space. But you were dogged enough to bury your head into the thing and then just go right. So how did you navigate that? How did you do competition? How did you deal with that?
Thank you. So it wasn't competition for me. I don't know. There's grace. There's so many things that came with me starting. But not to sound like okay. So I started off. I'd worked before, so that gave me leverage actually. So I had a lot of client base that I'd worked with over my years of 9 to 5. So I was just channeling into the people I'd worked with, done business with at work, my bosses, other companies. Like I said, I managed about 21 banks in Lagos, so I had a lot of contacts.
I want to be like when I grew up.
So sometimes you see, everything is a learning core. Everything is important in life. The fact that I had done my 9 to 5 gave me that space where I didn't even have to struggle too much to get your clients, to get my clients. It was just easy for me to reach out to old friends, networks, and
so you would say that community kind of helped you build your business. It did. To an extent.
That community did. Then even the community where I currently stay,
Right.
I had a lot of bachelors, a lot of young men.
Thank you. Thank you very
Young
much
men
for saying that. Yes.
that were able to patronize me during that period.
Yeah.
So it just helped.
And I think that this
so it's community, like
yes,
you said.
this thing you said just now regarding bachelors, I think is somewhere it's an aspect that people do not look at particularly. Because I think I remember when we were having a conversation earlier, and I mentioned that when I started to cook for bachelors.
Yeah.
I didn't think that, in fact, I didn't think that
It was a thing.
Yeah, it was a thing. And I still think that they are under catered for.
So it's dicey.
How do you mean?
It's dicey. It depends on. It was easy for me because I'm not married, so
okay.
I think it made it a
little bit easier. Okay.
You have a lot of people. A lot of people that do catering tend to be maybe married people.
Yeah.
So they won't. Their husbands or families will not allow them. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I'm speaking from what I think I know. I'm not speaking for the general public. Actually,
let me be honest. Yeah, you are right, and you're in between.
Okay, so
yeah, you're in between because I remember I dated someone who, because at a point I was in the beauty industry. I was a pedicurist, manicurist,
nice.
and all of that. Yeah, and I remember dating someone, and I got a client. I was supposed to go somewhere in this in the area in Lagos. Yeah, and I said, "Oh, babe, I'm going to meet a client." You know, the person had a pedicure appointment. This was even, I think it was the guy's girlfriend or something, but the guy had booked for her. So I was going to their house to go and do the pedicure because I didn't have my own space at that time. And he's like, no, never in this life would my girlfriend be washing anybody's food. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to wash money food, but it really was not a big deal for me. I would do that for anyone if I have to. Like, it's not a problem. But yeah, I think that you have a point. So would you say that being single has helped your business scale in any way? I want to say that.
Oh my God. Okay. Yes.
Oh,
when they say fine girl privilege or something privilege,
okay.
Sometimes it does help. It does help.
It does help. Okay, because some people kind of complain. You know, they'll be like, I can't really grow my business. I can't at this time. I have kids. I'm nursing, and this is not to kind of throw shade at anyone. I just feel like when you want to start, do you think that when you want to start a business, they should just go ahead and start regardless?
Start. I would use myself as an example. Start scared. Just start anyhow. Start with whatever you have, and then I'm an advocate of starting with what you have. I didn't have. It wasn't like I had so much or I had everything that I needed.
Right.
I'll say the story of I started with one pot, one spoon, like every other person's story. Exactly. That's how I started. I started off with one gas, one pot. I just knew what I wanted to do, and I started, and I knew what I was doing. I knew the set of people I wanted to cater to.
Thank you.
I knew the kind of people I wanted to deliver to. Coming from where I was coming from, good taste, exposure, the experience I've gathered over the years. My 9 to 5, I'm not going to water down that privilege it has given. Exactly. That platform really helped me. It helped me grow. It skyrocketed me to the space that I would really want to be. I've not gotten to where I want to be, but at least I'm not where I used to be. So
right, but then knowing your who helped you quite well. Exactly. Knowing your who, so it's not just about. So from what you've said now, I can draw that like it's not about who. It's not about the business you want to do as much. It's about the people you want to sell this product to.
True.
Did this have any implication on your deliveries, the way you package your food, the way you deliver, the way you speak to people on the phone?
I have, quote unquote, this is certain kind of people that I really want. I don't think everybody can afford. Anybody can go down the streets and buy one spoon of rice or something. Yeah. But I start selling in packs. Some people will be. It's overpriced for some people. Yeah. And that I can't cater to everyone. Everybody can't be my customer. You can't. So these corporate bodies that I've known over the years want their food a certain way. Yes. Want the delivery a certain way. So if you cannot meet it, I'm dealing with these kind of people. Presentation has a lot to do. Packaging, the way you address them, the way all of this put together. So it's a
Market
thing.
positioning is a thing, and I
Brand
love that for
positioning,
you.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm very, very proud of the work that you do. It's like, man, I want to change career. I don't want to do spices again. Shall I not go out and start cooking back?
So this really helps me. So I'm not going to sell to some certain kind of people because it's not. I want to cater to everyone if I can, but.
But it's not something that you really can do. It's
I
not big.
can't.
And to be fair, the sky is big enough for everybody. It's
for
not
everyone.
Yeah, it's not about it's just and I like the fact that when you talked about competition, it wasn't really a thing for you, even though sometimes I look at what my
Now I
competitors
think
are
it's beginning
doing.
to be a thing now,
But
really everyone
because-
has their market still.
Yes, everyone does, but I'd argue that, like, I still think that there's an atom of. So let me add this, that just because you said, I just wanted to buttress that point a little bit. At a time in my business, we had just started to use a certain kind of packaging material.
Okay.
We had just gotten a Nigerian Export Promotion Council grant because we are licensed exporters.
Nice.
Yes, and we repackaged some of our products. So I think a certain competitor brand kind of perceived us as a threat, and then they planted a staff into our company to spy on the things that we were doing. I'm not going to mention their name, they know themselves. For the sake of, I just don't want unnecessary drama. But that for me was, some businesses would go the extra mile,
Of course.
to harm or to just mirror what you're doing. They did that. They crashed the price of their products that were exactly similar to ours in every single retail outlet that they were, and they were going into every retail outlet that we were. It was a battle. It took me time before I even realized that, because I didn't know better. So I would say that be aware of what your competition is doing. Don't dwell on it, because to be honest, you will lose focus if you continue to dwell on it. You know where you're going, but just be aware of, I think,
the environment. It's just
just be aware of your environment, so that and intuition is a thing too. I think I'll do that. Last, I don't want to take too much of your time today, because I want you to have a beauty sleep and a beauty rest today.
Thank you.
But I would like to add that in your line of work, what would you say about empowering women? Are you a team? I can only employ women. Are you a team? I employ everybody. Because I have an opinion, I have a perspective to that, but I just want to hear you speak.
I would employ anyone that can do the job. I think I'm open to.
Are you a certificate-based person? Like, if you don't have certain kind of credentials, you can't work.
Can you do the job? That's my first. I'm not going to. Your strength is important to me. Are you willing to? Do you want to learn? I'm going to welcome everyone and anyone that chooses to do the job. Yes, I'm an advocate of women, doing things for women. And what if you're a woman and you cannot deliver? This is business at the end of the day. I want to make money.
Yes,
I am making money. So I want to help. I want to help as much as I can help.
Yes.
You have family men that do not have what to bring to
the
the
table.
family.
Yes.
If you can do the job, I would help you. If you're a young adult and you know what you want to do, you know what you're doing, I will help you. So I'm open to everyone, the general public.
Okay. Thank you, because some of us, we are very women-centered.
Okay.
Even though as
I'm not.
Even though I believe in, if you can do the job. Because of I had a couple of when I was growing up, it was a bit difficult to get certain things because I was a woman. So I'm an activist. Is that what they call it?
Maybe.
Like, I would if I have 4 men and
You
4
rather
women that come for an interview, I would hire the women if they're qualified enough to do the job. And I'm not one to look at, did you finish it? Because I finished the 3rd class in biochemistry in my first degree. But then I remember going for an interview and I said, look, yes, person, you finished the 3rd class, I can hire you. I said, you'd rather hire me or you lose such an amazing salesperson.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was in a bank. In fact, I didn't know how they gave me that job that day, because I was like, but then I was stern. But if they did not try me, I got a higher role after that interview. they didn't put me where I went initially to do. But that just means that if someone can do the job, like you said, do it. Even though me, I will hire women because
I'll hire anyone. Trust me.
I will hire anyone, but I will give priority to women.
Okay, maybe.
Than I will hire anybody. You don't go and quote.
I'll hire anyone actually. Men, women.
But I have a soft spot for women. So I just
everyone's story is different. I don't think I had difficulties growing up. It wasn't a thing of because I preferred gender for me. So it depends. Like you said, you grew up
with a lot of gender biased
people.
Yes, so it was a thing.
It wasn't that for me.
For you, I know that I said that was the last thing, but allow me indulge you in just one more thing before you leave.
Yeah.
Now, when you're working, speaking of staffing and the kind of people that you would hire, there is a thing now with the Gen Zs and the. So what would you say? Are you?
They show me Shege Pro Max. Okay.
Gen Z say you don't have behavior.
Should be told, like I said, I'm open to working with anyone. In fact, I like to help young adults. When I see myself in I'm a millennial. I'm not an ancestor yet. But of course, I'm a millennial.
Yes.
And these young girls, I don't know what it is for them. I don't know what they feel like. I don't know.
She doesn't know what they feel like.
I can't wrap my head around how they behave. Sometimes I want to give them that chance.
Right.
I feel like, you're willing, you're trainable, you're presentable, you're eloquent. I just look at all of those things I probably want.
But they're quite eloquent, don't you think?
That's fine.
Yeah, they're presentable, they're eloquent, all of these things that you've mentioned.
What's with the act of being rude? What's with the act of not being... You're trying to pass a message across in a nasty or silly manner. Nah, it doesn't work that way. You have to crawl, walk before you fly.
Yeah.
I don't know what they think they are.
So have you worked directly with?
I've employed quite a number of them. One minute they appear like they want to learn, the next minute they're throwing shares, they want to talk back at you. I'm not going to have to employ someone that will talk back at me. I know you're trying to pass the message across, but can you be decent? Can you be put together?
Communicating. So
they don't understand what communication is.
Yeah.
They're not tolerant. There's no level of endurance for them. They cannot.
You people must come and defend yourself. I think we need to bring like a Gen Z or two.
1 minute,
so that you come and
they want to
themselves.
tell you, they want to express themselves, but they come off as being rude. That's just it for me. Everyone, I'm Yoruba.
I am too.
So I think
that Yoruba factor also gets in the way. Goodness, at least I'm educated,
I'm exposed, I know all of these
things. But there is a place for culture and tradition,
exactly.
isn't it?
So you can't just come off and then you're trying to tell me something and you're doing, where's that coming from? Come off it.
And I know that some people would argue that you two, how did you talk to them? How do you do this?
Of course, I'm not going to speak to you in a condescending manner. I understand respect. I understand that I need to respect everyone regardless of your age
or gender or whatever.
Yeah. But if I respect you, then
it's reciprocal.
Yeah,
I expect you to give the same level or more back to me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Coming from the fact that I'm your boss and I'm paying you, and yes, I'm not your mate, if that's what you want to say. At least I'm a few years older than you, so you should accord me that respect.
Yeah. So with the Gen Zs, let me add to that. I believe everything that you've said. And I think that they just need a little bit more nurturing.
They can't.
And it's not on us.
It's not on me to.
I'm not going to be raising another person's adult. I'm a person who is. I don't know if
you still have a few of them that are good.
There are some of them. Yeah. I work with a number of them. I'm not going to lie, and they do exceptional jobs.
That's fine.
But I have worked with some people that I've had the staff tell me, well, the fact that I'm going to start my own business is none of your business. And I don't care. You are still on the freaking job. I'm not going to tell you. I even encourage my staff to have a business. do not rely on whatever it is that I'm paying you. I help some of my staff to develop their businesses. Something that I would do at a fee for other people, I would do it for them for free because I enjoy
I enjoy that too. Exactly.
I mean, if you would advise, if like a word of advice or 2 words, or just give some Gen Zs. Now, not to say that all of them are bad. No. Again,
of course not.
I said it like
maybe I just come across a number of them that are
bad. Yeah, and
I won't categorically. They're just badly behaved. It doesn't mean that they are bad.
But you don't think it's a foundation problem? You don't think it's an upbringing problem?
It is. Parenting.
So parents of
parenting.
People that raise Gen Zs. People need to
Gen Zs
answer
are just
questions
a few years down.
Millennials
before exactly.
So I'm coming.
So I think we have almost the same parents, if I would say.
So what would you say happened? Like,
I don't know what. Maybe they became. Maybe the last borns, and then the parents just became tired and just left it for and then the society. I don't know. One person is. Your child in school is learning some bad behavior from one another. I don't know what it is. They've just got
and then technology
somewhere.
As well as also
they're being all techie and stuff these days. Maybe we were not that techie. Would I say that?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I use technology like anything. I don't want to say it's on air that I don't particularly like technology advancements and such. I've been forced to like.
I don't know what it is. Social media.
Yeah.
The social space. Okay, so for us growing up, social media. It wasn't a thing.
Yes.
We didn't have all of this.
Did you even have telephone initially?
No, we didn't. Maybe after secondary school or something. I didn't. But now a GSS 1.
Kini.
A primary school child will have a phone and stuff. So we didn't have phones until after, and then you probably needed to pass your exams to get a phone or something, and that slowed down a bit on how on our exposure or something. I think it did, or it tamed us from a bit of our mannerism was just different
things at such an early stage at that time, and it just helped us to I don't know. I mean, whatever it is, my parents.
Whatever it is, I just pray that parenting now should do better at least.
At least, yes. And like my parents would say, they would say that in Yoruba they say "Alagemo tibitiye," for the sake of those who don't understand Yoruba, like what's agemo?
I really don't know.
English. Anyway, we don't know.
It's some sort of masquerade. I think.
But it just means that the parents have given birth to you guys.
Okay.
It is in your hands to now retrain and reorientate yourselves
and do better
for yourselves.
Yeah.
Yes, you want to be on top of the world. You want to do this. Try to calm down, small. At the end of the day, everybody is going to thrive, and I'm so thankful for you today. Thank you so much, Damilola, for your time, your gracefulness. You're so demure, so mindful. Aww. I wish I could be like this, but no, I don't take sugar. I promise. This is just my natural energy. I'm so grateful for you. Thank you very much for coming to share your insights.
Thank you for having
me. If you watch this episode today, I hope that you've been able to draw up some insights. Just start wherever you are. You don't have to wait for that big break. You don't have to wait for somebody has to give me one giant money. You can hear what she said. Sometimes you're afraid. I know that there are some people that are watching this now, and you are at a place in your life where you're trying to make a decision whether you want to leave your 9-to-5 and you want to go into full-time entrepreneurship. We've all been there, I think. I remember when I was going to leave my banking and
I think I just made the best decision.
It was a very difficult decision, I'm not going to lie, because the steady income is income.
Exactly. Now you have to work your way
back to, sometimes you would not make profit. Sometimes
a lot of times
you'd be at loss. You'd be like, what is this?
Staffing
but how
problems.
Was it for you? Even though I know I've said this, but it just
staffing problems was a thing. It's still a thing.
It's still a thing.
Staffing, wrong staffing. You structure one thing. Yeah. They pull it down. It sets you back again.
Is it a thing? Is it a Nigerian thing that they always try to sabotage structure? Do you think
it is?
Because
I think it's a Nigerian thing.
You want to grow the economy, you want to grow the country, but sometimes you do one thing. Nigerians will look for loophole to cheat you, to sabotage you, to do some
stuffing. They steal from you, they destroy your reputation. It's a lot. Then the economy too. Today there's hiking price. It's
everything is just fluctuating and
all over the place. But the what's that? Now who give up? Who do
yes. Now give up, fail. Like
just don't give up. Just don't give up on whatever you
don't
choose to do. The resilience.
Yeah.
That spirit of I want to make it in life, I want to succeed, I can't beg for money, I want to just do it, will keep you going. Actually, like I said, I didn't start off with passion. I started off trying to make money. Eventually the passion grew and it became an addiction for me. If I don't work, I don't feel good. If I'm not putting myself into work, I cannot breathe, I can't sleep. Entrepreneurship is not being
it's a full-time motherfucking job. Excuse my language.
I am working double job. When I was doing the 9 to 5 right now.
Please don't start,
because I have salaries to pay. I have bills to pay every now and then. So it's going to come off in your face.
We don't need to have money. Entrepreneurs need to have money.
I might have 20 million naira this minute, and then tomorrow morning I have 5,000 naira.
You see, that used to annoy me.
It's what
you'll be like. Wait, you'll be saying 6 figures, clients will pay,
and you're happy, excited, and then you start
debit
just goes off.
And you see, by the time you reach debit alert, your money don't remain 50,000.
Exactly. So it's not beans, but you'll be fine. But you'll be fine.
You'll be fine at the end of the day.
You'll be fine,
yes.
Trust me.
See, the fulfillment entrepreneurship
that
gives
comes,
you.
And the fact that I can employ people, pay them salary. I'm happy. I'm really happy
Provide
to do
jobs.
that. Job opportunities for others. They're looking up to me for things.
And I think that for people who cook, when people eat your food, and the feeling of
so
this was delicious.
Exactly, that's fulfilling for me.
See, success is measured in different ways, guys. And for you, it can be money. For you, it can be how happy people are. For you, it can be the number of plates that you sold, or the number.
I really like it when people are happy. No.
I'm glad.
Satisfaction.
I'm glad.
I'm not even going to say this, but I'm one of those people that would, now for me, I need you to be satisfied even before I would ask you for money.
Right.
I do a lot of jobs, and then I want you to say, oh, it's good. I feel like if you feel it's good, you would even pay me double.
Yeah,
so I do that a lot.
I've actually had an experience like that, but this was not in my food business. This was in my consulting business. This client was much more excited, and she was like,
you know what, you deserve more.
She didn't pay me double, but she added a lot extra to the work that I did, and I think that was just very noble of her to do.
Exactly.
And it gave me some level of I'm actually doing something right. So yes, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you very much for staying tuned.
Thank you
Thank you for coming again today. Thank you for staying. Thank you for always watching Let's Talk Business. If there's any topic you guys would want us to speak about, if there's something that you want to learn and you want to hear it from our guests from everywhere across the globe, whatever it is that you are, leave us a comment in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. There's someone on your timeline that needs to see this. There's someone on your timeline that wants to, start a business, do something good for themselves. And I'm more than happy to, jump right into those topics with you. Until next time, guys, on another episode of Let's Talk Business. Thank you so much, Damian. So good.